Say hello to the Phillips Sonicare Electric Toothbrush, my newly discovered instrument of passion. In this video, we're going to take this one on an ultimate musical journey. But before we do that, let me just preface what my thinking is behind this. As I'm gradually decomposing as a composer, I find it much more interesting to dive down and sort of dissect music into its deeper DNA and figure out, like, okay, what are all the instruments doing and why is nobody making new instruments? If you ask yourself a simple question, when was the last time you saw a new music instrument? You most likely had to look into your DAW to really see it. Sure, you might find a hang drum or a basantar or unique instruments online, but in the mainstream realm, the last new real instrument was probably the computer. And I find it interesting and more interesting to try to dive into other sound sources. And when we do orchestra, we will get our 66 trombones because that could be fun. But there's also so much musical joy in the little things and all the things that we, in our mundane, everyday, maybe disregard a little bit for their lack of musical value. And the toothbrush being one of those. A little while ago, I saw one of my favorite human beatboxers. His name is Beardy Man. He constantly changes his rig, and he had the Beatertron 8000 at a point, and now he changed recently to a little more simplified setup. And one of the machines he had in the setup was the Boss RC505 loop station, which is an amazing machine. And if you're serious about human beatboxing, you have to get the Shure SM58. Like, I'm speaking like I'm some expert on this. I'm not. I human beatbox privately, but I haven't quite reached the level where it's worthy of YouTube yet. Anyway, I got the loop station and I got the microphone, and this thing is amazing. It's a very simple sort of setup, but it's elegant in its design because you can have so much more fun with it than you can have with many other DAW, this and that. This is real time. You click a pad here, you make a loop, you unclick it again, and the loop starts triggering, and you can do that on 5 different pads, and you can overdub as many times as you want. But on top of that, you have real-time effects you can apply over here on the left side. So you can add reverb or delay or lo-fi, whatever you want. And you also have it on the right side for your master output. So you can have reverb, for example, coming into the unit and shooting all your sounds and human beatbox in. And then you can start alternating your loops with effects on top of them on the right side here. It's awesome. So pads and effects, that's pretty much the core design of it. And I thought it could be interesting, just keeping in mind this sort of, constant journey in pursuing to find new instruments. Like, okay, why not try to limit this to a much more singular sound source? I did a little video a couple days ago where I was playing with the toothbrush here with my guitar, and I found out that it actually generates some beautiful sounds, including a sine wave with air on top of it, which I've never been able to do. Sine waves are sort of just siney, but you use this thing on top and you get some interesting harmonics and overtones, and all of a sudden you have a sine wave with air in it, or that sort of brushy kind of on top. So I thought this was cool. I actually think the Phillips Sonicare Diamond brush thing is a little tiny beautiful music instrument in its own right. So I thought it could be cool to put it to the test. We only have this sound here. And why not put it to the test inside of the loop station and see how much we can do with it. This is more an homage to the loop station than it is to my skills, but let's go in and have some fun. And yeah, let me know below, by the way, if you want to do more of these kind of experiments. I think it's super interesting because everything gets rhythmically triggered and you can just have fun, create awesome stuff in this real-time machine. And it's liberating also coming from the DAW world, and have things that are just real time where I'm not sitting and fiddling and clicking too much, and I can just get into the music. I'm right in it immediately when you make a loop. It's just right there. And you learn to use your ear in a different way. Composition is sometimes a slow process of orchestration and layering. In this case here, it's all real time and you're at your own, mercy, if you will. So anyway, let's get into it. The video is taken with a couple of different cameras, so you can really see what I'm doing. Again, you got the pads here, you got some faders. You have the real-time effects both to the left side and the right side here. So it's all gonna make sense when you watch the video. So yeah, let's get in there.